You know, I grew up listening to a station called Whammo, and there was a DJ on there, Porky Chedwick, that used to play records when I was a kid, and he had a lot of great sayings. I remember Porky used to say, "I'm not your washer or dryer, I'm your brain fryer." And he was one of the few white DJs that would play music performed by and relevant to the African American community here in Pittsburgh. And I think everybody here knows what it's like to experience new music on the radio, to hear a song that you hadn't heard before that makes you want to stop the car and dance, or a radio documentary that kept you in your driveway until it was done. But you know, these days, you turn on the radio, and it's the same song that another station just played on the other side of the dial that you were trying to get away from. Or there's some political diatribe by some blowhard talk show host that makes you want to lock them up in a garage somewhere. So this was one of the motivations for me to author the Local Community Radio Act. To me, these new stations are exciting because they're going to be able to target communities. I mean, for the first time here in Pittsburgh, we could have, who knows, 3, 4, 5 stations now that are going to be doing programming that's unique to the neighborhoods that we live in. So we're excited about that. And people have been working a long time on this issue, and I'm glad you all stuck it out, that you stuck with us. There was a lot of times where it just seemed like our best efforts in the final hours, when it looked like we were making progress, we just hit another wall, and it seemed like it was never going to happen. But I want to tell you, if it weren't for people like Joe Torres from Free Press, but people from Prometheus and from the Free Press, Brandy Doyle and Matt Wood, and from Media Access Project, all these groups, it wouldn't have happened with this big, diverse, bipartisan coalition that we passed. Lee Terry, my friend from Omaha, Nebraska, Maria Cantwell, John McCain. I mean, this spanned from a liberal Democrat like Mike Doyle to, well, John McCain used to be a moderate, to an arch conservative like John McCain, and everybody in between. It was bipartisan, it was bicameral, and we finally were able to come together and get the bill passed. We had coalitions of churches, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, the United Methodists, the Lutherans, civil rights groups like the NAACP, the Urban League, La Raza, musicians like the Indigo Girls, Bonnie Raitt, and OK Go took a stand and lobbied some of my colleagues in Congress to get this passed. We even had the American Library Association weigh in. And we all know that hell hath no fury like a scorned librarian. So we just had this perfect storm of good people coming together, working the grassroots, getting people to contact or lobby their members of Congress. And it was through efforts like this over a 10-year period that we were finally able to do this. And, you know, a lot of people ask, why did it take so long, for this perfect storm to develop? We were fighting some pretty big interest. The National Association of Broadcasters is a powerful, powerful lobby in the United States Congress. And this wasn't an issue at FCC. 3 successive FCC commissions voted unanimously to do these licenses. This was an effort that was being blocked in Congress. So now it's unblocked now, and I'm happy to say that President Obama has put his signature to this bill. It's now law, and now we're in the exciting phase of this, where it's now up to the FCC to correctly implement and start licensing these new stations to schools and local groups all across the country, and I'm excited about what it's going to mean for Pittsburgh. You know, we have great public radio stations in Pittsburgh, and I said, I grew up listening to Whammo. It's not here anymore. There's really no station here today that is programming directly into the African American community. Maybe that'll happen with this new low power FM. But there's many other communities and populations that haven't been served either, and this is an opportunity all across the country for those populations to be served. So now it's your turn.